Hey, what's up, stock compounders? Brad here. So today, Seritage Growth Properties put out their earnings release for quarter two of 2020. And the big thing I was looking for here is what percentage of their contractual rents have they been able to collect in the last couple of months? And also, are these redevelopment projects continuing, right? They've basically all been halted due to the pandemic. Are they starting to work on those again? So just to give you a little perspective, the last update back on June 3rd showed that 65% of contractual rents were collected in April and 52% in May. Okay, so it was downward trending, which was concerning. What was put out today showed that for the entire second quarter, which is April, May, and June, 66% of contractual rents were collected. So that's decent. But here's the really good news. In July of 2020, 74% of rents were collected. So that's definitely trending in a good direction. And that was as of August 4th. 74% of rents for July were collected. So that's really good news. It's trending definitely in the right direction. Obviously, if you're only able to collect 52% of rents, it's a huge difference than if you can get 74%. And hopefully we continue to see that trend increasing. It's not a ton of redevelopment projects that have recommenced. It's just in select markets. So nothing to get too excited about there. So that's essentially what I got out of this earnings release. It's interesting, the stock has been up significantly in the last couple of days. So I'm curious if you guys have any insights about that. I also really want to plug a resource here. So it's something I mentioned in a video a couple weeks ago. The corner of Berkshire and Fairfax Message Board. There is a one-time fee. It's 30 Canadian dollars, which I ended up paying 23 US dollars. That's a lifetime membership. And there's a lot of really smart investors in there who have been following Seritage Growth Properties, SRG, for 4 or 5 years, ever since the spin-off from Sears. So I highly recommend being a part of that. It's well worthwhile. And I actually I saw a comment on Investing with Tom's video of Seritage Growth Properties, and it was basically saying, Seritage and Land's End are going to come back to Sears because of this lawsuit that's ongoing. So the real play here, this article said, the comment kind of linked to some articles. I forget his name, but he's a writer for A Motley Fool. He was essentially saying, if you want to play Seritage, buy Sears common stock because Seritage is coming back to Sears. So that was kind of interesting. And so I posted that in corner of Berkshire and Fairfax. And, the comments I got from that basically said they think it's very unlikely that Seritage will be coming back to Sears because of this fraudulent claim. So there's also people talking about buying unsecured debt from a company called Holdco. I haven't looked into Holdco, but apparently Holdco is in the mix with Sears and SRG. I'm not sure exactly what role they play. I think the master leases from the Sears properties are with a company called Holdco, but I need to dig into that more. But you know, it's a rabbit hole. It's a fascinating rabbit hole when you ask a question on corner of Berkshire and Fairfax, and you get some pretty unexpected answers from some very intelligent investors. So again, I would highly recommend joining corner of Berkshire and Fairfax, joining the conversation there. I haven't made a whole lot of progress on valuing the real estate owned by Seritage. I was hoping maybe to connect with a commercial real estate agent, but nothing there yet. So hope to make more progress on that. So yeah, I'm really curious about this whole Sears thing. And the big thing happening in my mind right now is, well, if it's likely that Seritage is going to come back to Sears, why didn't Pabrai just buy Sears stock or some of that unsecured debt versus buying common stock of Seritage Growth Properties, which was obviously a lot more expensive than shares of Sears. So there's a lot of moving pieces here. There's also preferred stock. There's these operating partnership units for SRG. So there's a lot to unpack, which is interesting. And there's obviously stuff through Value Investors Club, kind of going back to 2015. I still need to work through that. And there's just a lot of material to plow through in corner of Berkshire and Fairfax. So I feel like we're slowly making progress here. But I'd like to be moving a bit faster. Anyway, guys, just wanted to give you that update from the latest earnings release. And curious to hear where you're at in your valuation of Seritage Growth Properties. Have you bought any yet? What do you still need to? What nuts do you still need to crack before you can either feel comfortable buying SRG or realize, okay, this one isn't for me. I'm going to take a pass. So I'll leave it at that, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.